My name is John Rossman. I'm the founder of Rossman Partners. We're an advisory firm that works with companies on strategy and innovation. I'm also the author of a few books, most recently Think Like Amazon, 50.5 Ideas to Become a Digital Leader, and I'm a former Amazon executive. I think I suffer from always being slightly dissatisfied with the status quo, right? I have just a healthy disdain for bureaucracy. When somebody that should be able to give me an answer can't give me an answer. And I think that's one of the great lessons from Amazon and from Bezos is that if you truly want to change a business model and truly want to innovate on behalf of the customer, you better be willing to be misunderstood because you're going to be upsetting the incumbents, right? The incumbents all want it to be status quo. If somebody isn't complaining about your new business model, your new approach, you probably really haven't changed the status quo. We have to bring forward the voice of the customer. I oftentimes get asked, it's like, John, we're not Amazon, very different industry, very different culture, very different approach. And the thing I want you to know is the book, my discussion, the way I approach things, it's not about Amazon, it's about you. And it's about small things that you can do in order to get different results. If we want to change, how do I actually go about doing it? And I think that is what's oftentimes missing is everybody wants to innovate. Everybody wants the future. But what do I actually do differently in order to get there? That is the recipe. Those are the tools that I help deliver. Oftentimes I get brought in by successful companies, successful teams, and leadership wants me to get at a point, which is to create a dissatisfaction and a level of angst that we have to reinvent ourselves. And I truly think that it really just depends on your time frame, right? If you think in the short term, maybe your biggest risks are something other than reinventing yourself. But if you change the horizon to 10 or 15 years, for most companies, their biggest real risk is not in creating their own future, right? It's not figuring out how to expand or reinvent their core businesses. And so that's where I really go with teams is the challenge question of, are you going to wait for somebody else to do it, or are you going to undertake that journey yourself? If you do it early, you have all the advantages of time and resources, right? And if you wait until it's too late, then you're going to pay excess prices in order to try to recover from that. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Microsoft, Nordstrom, so many other clients where I've gotten to see these tools, and you have to be very thoughtful and delicate, but they have you there to make change, right? My job is never maintain the status quo. Your job is to create change. You're spurring them on, you're giving them path, you're giving them belief that they can do it. And I think that it's the combination of those two things, both having great operator experience at Amazon, but also having experience at so many other places in so many different industries that help me be effective. But it's not by myself, right? It's with their team. And that's the magic it's when it stops becoming your idea and starts becoming their idea that you've accomplished something. The feeling that I like people come away with is this is within my control. I don't have to change the whole organization. I don't have to get permission to do some different things. These are personal choices that I'm making. But the real question is, what are you willing to do differently in order to make change? And so the half question is back to you. What are you willing to do differently if you want different outcomes? Nobody else has this story of how to take Amazon's secret sauce and translate it into your organization. I am unique in that genre.